Okay, here are my final thoughts on Miss Anita Baker and her ex-husband, the doctor. Okay, and I'm saying Anita Baker because that is, well, I'm not gonna keep calling her this by her celebrity name if she was not a celebrity to me before this, if I didn't know who she was before this, and if I'm commenting on her personal life, not her life as a singer or a celebrity, because that is the life that she seems to be so keen on sharing with the world. And I think my key takeaway from this, and the reason why I was looking at both parties in this funny, was because after CPS gets involved, after strangers on the internet are, even if it's a joke, are calling CPS to your house, that's when it stops becoming funny. And that's when it's like, okay, do I have enough funds to afford to not put my kids on the internet? Once the answer is yes, you do that. Once you do have enough funds to, to protect your kid from the conversation of getting taken away by CPS, once you can do that, it is your duty to, to take those steps, preventative measures. So just after so many CPS calls have been made, the fact that there's still this, a self-righteousness, like, well, why shouldn't I be able to put my kids on the internet? Why shouldn't I be? So what if I make money? I'm gonna, put in a college fund, whatever the case may be. If there is a point where CPS is looking at both you and your ex-husband as potentially being bad parents, and live streaming on Facebook is still an option, to me that's crazy. Continued exposure to people who are making fun of your kids, people who are critiquing you, who are fans of the opposite party, who are trying just for fun. These people are not involved. These people don't live with you guys. These people didn't have those babies with you guys. But you are empowering, both of you are empowering strangers to make these big calls on your life because you guys can't keep shit to yourself. So my thoughts on the people who are asking me to, like, oh, Anita, she had what is it called? She was overwhelmed. She was stressed. She got so many messages from people. And I'm like, what that's called is spoiled, okay? Oh, she has exposed herself and her family to so many people that so many people have developed this almost a faux relationship with that family where they feel closer than they actually are, because they don't know each other in real life. So it's a one-sided relationship. And yes, she got upset and showed her hand and was like, listen, I don't need this. Fuck you guys. Like, you don't get money like me. You're not a celeb like me. That kind of stuff. Like, people do that, whatever. And so, yes, I know that I have always been like, oh, Miss Love and Light, why can't we all just hug and get along? Like, ooh, feminism, we're all women, we're all on the same team. No. There's one thing I learned after being in that house is that all women are not on the same team. And I actually I had conversations with many of the women who came running in and out of that trap house, right? Dating her man, her ex-man, who, again, she made popular to date. And she did not, I don't know if she took steps to inform people. Never mind. Anyways, people were dating her ex, and I was just shocked because a lot of them were Nigerian. And I was, first of all, shocked by him because that's the demographic he's complaining about, disparaging, calling, WHORES, all of these nasty stuff. And so I would speak to them one-on-one, and I'm like, hey, oh, did you not hear that old girl wrote a book about this man? Like, just out of curiosity, what compels you to still date him? Like, did you not believe the things she said was going on? And they're like, listen, that's between the two. I'm not worried about that. That's not my problem. And to me, I was shocked. I'm like, that seems selfish, but also like, damn, there's no camaraderie. There's no female solidarity. I really don't care about this woman, right? This was her story, and this was her truth. And I can understand now why they were all so aloof. Is because as Nigerian women, they all knew, they all came in there knowing that that lady was someone who was there for herself. And, she stayed and she got played. She ended up getting played, but it was also, there was a level of awareness that she had about the man that she chose. And there were things that she was willing to ignore, and that came and slapped her in her face later. So I'm like, all those women who were in there, they also had to endure the same conversations I endured with him, talking about this lady in a way that was racially and sexually disrespectful. And they were all kind of the same mind, where it's like, okay, listen, I know I'm putting up with this temporarily. This man is completely inappropriate, but this is a means to an end. So for Miss Anita, that was a means to an end. And I personally could not relate to somebody who, like, I think it was hard for me to just bridge the gaps in terms of just logic, because I'm like, it'd be different if she just had one child, with this man and left, right? Because people showed that Christmas thing where that man was taunting her, I think while she was pregnant or after she had just had June. There's no way that you have that experience with a man after having a baby, and then years later, like there was time, years later, you lay down and have another baby with that man. The man has you laying on the floor, impregnates you allegedly while you're sleeping on the floor, and you like the level of endurance. It had to be more than love. It's the most bizarre part about all of this is that the ladies' fans have come and tried to just tell me to not share my thoughts or opinions, not react, and to, crazy enough, save evidence that I already had offered that lady. And like, listen, she didn't know what she was saying just now, but she's gonna need the help. She doesn't realize what she said, and that man's a monster. She just has to watch the footage of all. Excuse the F out of me. That's crazy. That's crazy. That means, oh, that's just peak entitlement. That means people are looking at me and assuming that I have nothing to do with my life aside from pledge allegiance to this lady, not the thumbs up, who doesn't give an F about me or my existence. Why would I do that? Emailing her directly was generous. Sending one follow-up email was very generous. Everything else after this was, I'm just gonna call it theatrics and social media therapy for me. So I'm like, I don't, the lady blocked me, okay? I'm not going above and beyond to do a goddamn thing. She chose her man. She chose her bed partner, laid down with him twice to have 2 kids, said that was a great father. So let him continue to be a great father in peace, and let the great dad try to take custody from her. Why are you guys so concerned? She's not concerned. I think that's the thing. I'm like, we all want to rush out to help, to help women, but I'm like, not every woman wants help. I had to learn that the hard way in LA. The women be on some BS. They be on their own kind of stuff, moving funny. So I'm like, anybody who wants to continue that charade, putting their kids through that act, like, okay, so be it. But yeah, I can't relate. I'm a mind my child-free business. Pick my better men, do my thing over here, be untraumatized, but my life does not revolve around Anita. And I don't think anybody should. I think we should worry about climate change. I think we should worry about violent crimes in our communities. There was literally a shooting next to me yesterday of some high school boy. Like, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And it actually disappoints me to see that a lot of you folks have stuck around and kept tabs on this couple's relationship for so long, or kept tabs on their family life for so long, when it's just messy. It's just so messy. I think we need to let celebrities and personalities experience actions and consequences. Like, they are taking bold actions. They are boldly declaring, my kids deserve to be on social media. Okay, great. So that's not up to us. That is for their kids to take action in the future and decide, hey, do I want to keep being in contact with my parents? Did I feel like my privacy was respected growing up? Did I feel like my whole childhood revolved around, my parents winning a war over just showcasing us online to other people, when we would have preferred to just play with our parents in private? Like, that's That's a reckoning that's going to come for them no matter what. And that's for all social media parents. And there are kids that have already started suing their parents for having their childhoods be consumed by social media. So I'm letting you guys know, like, you do not want to be on the wrong side of this. That's why I'm stepping away completely. I'm not trying to help anybody anymore. But like I said, I'm like, I was on the kids' side. The kids ultimately lose in all this. So I was trying to make it marginally better by being like, okay, their dad, I know, was exposing them to just other random women. I don't know what's happening at their mom's house, so I'm going to assume it's a lesser of two evils. I don't know a goddamn thing, okay? So all I'm saying is I and Jeeba am stepping away. And I will not be taking the fan advice to, just worship this lady in silence, you know, just in a world where Beyonce exists. That's crazy. Beyonce exists, Rihanna, Tyla, like all of these people who are beloved, have a beloved fan base, whose concerts I've gone to. People who are not making the world a worse place with their dating choices. Like, are you... well, Rihanna dated Chris Brown, but she didn't stay with him and make a whole... Yeah, no. Rational women who are not lingering in filth, who are not lingering as and reproducing with somebody who hates them, and then raising 70K, you know, writing all of these things, writing a book, and then, you know, things, it's just going to be just a little drop of sand to just be like, that man is a great father, and think that people who bought into your story would not react, or would not be upset about that, or would not be shocked hearing that from her mouth. It's bizarre. It's bizarre, and I would just watch 90 Day Fiancé if I wanted to hear about anybody living their life this kind of way. It's just messy and bizarre, and that's not where I'm spending my 2025. You can be damn sure of that. Bye. Have a great day. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I hate them as a couple. I'm like, in that house when I was like holding my heart for those children, I'm like, wow, I thought I wish my parents never met, but I'm like, and I've never thought I felt that towards any other couples, but I'm like, I wish these fuckers never met. I wish these people would have left each other alone and just shut the F up on the internet, and this bitch would have just made music, and this man would have just chiropractic bodies. We probably would have been in paradise by now if this couple would have never gotten together, okay? That's how I feel about the BS, because the amount of negativity that has come out of this is too much. I was overwhelmed by the number of nasty things that Justin has to say to me about African women, black women in general, because this black woman gave this white man access to her body and access to her community and a fast pass to talk about our community any kind of way, and now this man is years deep into his entitlement. And I'm like, I've just never met messier people in my life, and truly, I hate the fact that I've met this man, and I hate the fact that I learned about who this woman was, because I'm literally about to brainwash myself and just pretend none of this ever happened, because it was a complete waste of my black ass time as somebody who's actually on earth to get things done. This is a completely unproductive, I hope the lady sticks to making music. That's all I'm gonna say. And I hope that man sticks to, just thumbs up, sticks to his little doctor job, his 9 to 5, because too many people have been radicalized from being brought into their homes with cameras, you know? God, it's so unhealthy. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you. Also, the way that this man is now complaining, Nigeria this, Nigeria that, it's filthy, you wouldn't want to visit, it's not safe, all of this stuff. And and this lady is just like, wow, this man is a racist, slave master, blah blah. And then 10 seconds later, shaking her ass. And I'm like, how about helping? Help the country. Your people need you. That's crazy. Are either of them doing anything to help the country? Yes, music is lovely. Music can help you cure your mood or just, you know, heal you internally. But like, is the country being positively impacted by any of the people that are just talking about how much they love the country or hate the country. No, and I think that's the biggest loss. That is the biggest loss as an outsider who is doing a project that happens to be with Nigerians in education and Ghana in education. I'm like, why do I hope, you know what? Let me shut up. I hope she's secretly working on a project that is going to uplift her people out of impoverished and slum-like conditions. Miss Anita, if you want to shake your ass for positivity, there's a nonprofit called Chess in Slums. You can go, I don't know, play chess with these people who live in the slums of Africa instead of, I'm tired of it. It's always like just Africans flexing on each other. Like, poverty exists there. Europe fucked y'all up. Like, they fucked up everybody. Like, let's stop trying to show off this, like, well, I grew up like I was in the first world. Like, your country is in disarray. How are you at peace? Don't you go back and visit? Isn't it disheartening? Like, that's why I'm like, it's so hard for me to respect any of these people.